I woke up Saturday morning after seeing Cardano get pumped the night before and continuing into the night in the morning, obviously. And I was a little bit concerned about why it was being pumped. And so I gave my commentary before I had really gotten ready. Actually, before I was going to go out and do some yard work. So, but in the midst of all my commentary, I think I did get a couple things confused. Number one, I think that Charles Hodgkinson did actually respond to Mark Cuban as opposed to Elon Musk. He may have responded to Elon Musk in a Twitter feed. It was a very minor thing either way. And I'm going to talk about the response from Charles Hodgkinson in my next video to Mark Cuban, who obviously has some influence, but nowhere near the amount of influence that Elon Musk has in terms of how markets actually react based on his comments and his actions. So, and I'll talk about that to follow here. But one thing I wanted to add, that right before Elon made his comments, there was about 19,500 Bitcoins removed onto the exchange in the after hours. Pump, and one of his podcasts, with the recent podcast with Will Clement, kind of talks about this whole thing. Will is a young analyst that Pump has that kind of analyzes all the volume of trading that goes on exchanges. And he talks about this, that 19,500,000 Bitcoin removed on the exchange right before Elon gave his talk. And then after his comments, there were 200 million long liquidations about 10 minutes after. So after the dump, there was a huge outflow of coins from exchanges. So Will talks about the fact that that gives an indication that there might have been some inside information that had been going on. And it caught a lot of people by surprise because the metrics were basically showing that it was time Bitcoin was kind of consolidating, looking ready to make a move up. And then there was this external factor by Elon Musk in his comments that caused the price to actually drop. So I wanted to just state that before I got into my actual video. And I would like to add that this is commentary that I'm going to give you. And it's my opinions, and I also give some of the opinions from Best of Us Investors, some of the people that are on the Discord that didn't exactly agree with me completely, and but I think that it's very important to open up the discussion.
Best of Us Investors presents Jim Wells.
Hi, I'm Jim Wells, and I'm a member of the Best of Us Investors Network. I hope that you'll join us and become a part of our community. So, Saturday morning, I'm doing this a little bit differently. I woke up and I see that Cardano is being pumped even more than it was yesterday. And I have nothing against that. It's one of my larger holdings, along with Bitcoin and Ethereum and Chainlink. However, I do have a problem with why it's being pumped. Is it being pumped for the right reasons? If it's being pumped for the green initiative and for what it does for the environment, the proof of stake network, great. If it's for the technology that is involved in the space and everything that it does and the interoperability that it will have and its ease of use as compared to Ethereum and the possibility that it's going to have less gas fees and the upgrade in technology that it provides, outstanding. And what's happening in Africa, its adoption in that area, and what Charles Hodgkinson is promoting about the space and everything that he does and how hard the people work through their company, great, outstanding. But that's not the reason I believe it is being pumped. I believe it's being pumped because of the comments of one Elon Musk. And Elon just has too much power in this space. And, there's going to be those of you that say, hey, deal with it. Well, yeah, that's fine. But for him to just to invest in Bitcoin, from what I look at it, is blindly. He puts 9% of his Tesla's holdings into Bitcoin. and which he is part of the green revolution. He's into battery technology and electric cars, and which is great. I have no issues with that. But for him to invest 9% in Bitcoin and then turn around and say, well, I don't like Bitcoin because of the amount of energy that it uses for the world. Did you not research that before you made a purchase of 10% of your company's holdings? And or did you just wait until the value went up to decide to have this opinion? So, and I think that's pretty clear what your intentions were, what his intentions were. So, and I think it's very irresponsible toward the cryptocurrency space. If you're an advocate of Elon Musk first and Tesla, I get it. You just want him to promote whatever he can to pump Tesla and to pump his projects. That's great. But if you're an advocate of the cryptocurrency space, he is not an advocate for it. He is not. He's an advocate for himself, for Tesla, for promoting Elon, for promoting his projects, and Dogecoin, a meme coin that has no utility or very little utility. He's trying to make something, a currency that doesn't have the backing, that hasn't proved that it has security, that hasn't proved really anything. As a matter of fact, it uses the same consensus model as Bitcoin. So if it was being produced and mined at the same rate and to the same capacity as Bitcoin was, it might have the same issues. So it's not a proof of stake model or consensus model. And that's probably the main reason why you're seeing Cardano be pumped, because of Elon. And there was a tweet or communication between Charles Hoskinson, and talking to Elon about coming over and checking out his mini donkeys and having some sweet tea and finally having the conversation. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Maybe, yeah, that okay. But, Elon's going to do what he wants to do for Elon. And he is not a promoter of the cryptocurrency space. If you want to follow someone, follow the professionals. Follow the Andreas Antonopoulos, follow the Raul Pauls, follow the Michael Saylors, follow the Anthony Pompolinos, the Mike Novograds. Follow the people that and the Charles Hoskinsons. Follow the people that understand the space. Use their opinions. Or use them as a starting point. If you want to have your own opinions, great. Read as many articles about the specific cryptocurrencies that you can, about their use case, about their functionality, about their mass adoption, about their scarcity. Follow that route. Don't blindly follow a guy that is concerned about himself and promoting Tesla or his projects or Dogecoin when he's only concerned about what he can make. The truth about Dogecoin is it's owned by a ridiculous amount. I've heard 94% is by billionaires like Elon and other whales that can manipulate the market themselves. It's a small percentage of retail investors that are involved in that space. At any point they can dump, and they have. You've seen it go from 90 cents down to 46. I don't know where it currently is right now, but it's not a consensus of a bunch of retail investors. This is the consensus or the thoughts of a few elites that are manipulating this coin. So Bitcoin is a global network. It's an ecosystem. It's a currency too, but it's an ecosystem. It's a store of wealth. Why is it a store of wealth? Because it's been adopted by institutional investors all over the world. You're looking at the Wall Street elite. You're looking at banks. You're looking at countries. You're looking at insurance companies. Major brokerages are investing in Bitcoin. You're seeing companies come up on the on the Wall Street, and you're seeing companies come up that are specifically in support, mining companies and trusts and ETFs in other countries, and they're trying to be passed here in the United States based on Bitcoin. Okay, Ethereum is getting into that institutional space too. Cardano is trying, but for Bitcoin to fail, I think you would see or have a major pullback that is the quickest way to usher in a bear market in this space. Will Ethereum flip Bitcoin? Who knows? I mean, Ethereum has some great qualities. It is the main financial network that we use in terms of decentralized networks. It's, that's where all the smart contracts and where the NFTs are stored, and yeah, everything is happening, and all of the different exchanges are happening of different cryptocurrencies. Most things happen on the Ethereum network. I get it, but it has its issues. It has its issues with gas fees. It's still using a proof of stake model, even though it's trying to go back over to a proof of work model, even though it's trying to go over to a proof of stake model to be more efficient, to be more eco-friendly, to be more interoperable with other networks. And they might get there. Outstanding, but they're not there yet. So they have issues that they haven't solved. Will Cardano help to solve some of those issues and maybe take away some of its market cap? Maybe. But these are all issues that you can research yourself, have opinions on for yourself, understand the variables that are involved. If you want to go with brokers that are very knowledgeable in the space, if you're somebody that follows Benjamin Cohen or one of these other brokers that has done very well, great. At least they are educated in the space. Elon Musk just goes by his whims. And again, he doesn't support the space. So I posed it as a question on the Discord. I'm going to read a few comments from people from the Best of Us Investors. And this is from a certain person. He says, once upon a time, there was a great evolution of electric cars, and it was started by the Iron Man, Elon Musk. Always happy and hail, but unfortunately, he dug his own hole. Tesla was crushed by competition, and that stock fell to Techno King's lunacy. Legacy automakers win again. Moral, do great things, but most importantly, sustain it through your virtues and consistent, normal decision making. Great story for kids. I hope it doesn't end like this. This is a fan of Elon Musk. This is somebody that respects Elon Musk. He respects Tesla cars. He respects Musk and what he does and what he's done. I do too. I mean, I like the fact that he came from a normal background, and he's dug and gritted it out and got to the point at where he's at, but he's not acting responsibly now for the cryptocurrency space. That's my whole point. So, and I hear people out when I'm at a restaurant start talking about Dogecoin, and some of them just literally blindly follow him, just blindly. And it just kind of drives me crazy. And people can become informed for themselves, or trust the professionals that are in the space and have done the research. So, and I hope that's the path that people start to take, and hopefully he will get his hand slapped a little bit, and so that this doesn't look favorably on him because he's been acting irresponsibly. Okay, here's another comment. As a billionaire, Elon Musk has a lot of power. However, he is not alone influencing the crypto space. His latest tweet on BTC energy consumption is clearly not his own decision. It's too formal. Elon had never written formally on Twitter. In addition, buying 1.5 billion worth of BTC without any research doesn't make sense that he, by himself, just realized that BTC mining consumes dirty energy. I'd call it the mafia anti-crypto, or BTC specifically. All right, so I find that a little humorous. This person is also a big Elon Musk fan. It's interesting, the people that are commenting on the Best of Us Investors Discord on the crypto part are Elon fans. Okay, I mean, I don't have a problem with Elon. I have a problem with Elon being a spokesman for the cryptocurrency space. Let me make myself very clear. I don't think one person should have the type of influence that he has on an asset class that it's proving itself to be very worthy. Okay, he is adding volatility to the space. That is my issue with him. So, okay, so we have some late posts from some people I respect. So Alan Montgomery, he gave me permission to use his name. Elon Musk's life mission has been affecting change and helping the Earth. Electric vehicles, space travel, and I'm sure he's not done. He is not the first person to complain about Bitcoin mining in China as not being environmentally friendly. Again, after research, I believe this is a little bit overblown, but the green movement is upon us and it's going to affect every single industry on the planet in the near future. As everything is being rethought, I feel that does not care who is invested in Bitcoin, including his own company. If he feels it's harming the planet, he is going to be against it. I know he wants to promote cryptocurrency, not just Doge. After reading his tweets, Bitcoin miners want their production to be rewarded, so they will find a way to show that they are green friendly. Many are already doing so. I think in the end, the effect of his comments will not have a long-term detriment to the cryptocurrency industry. In fact, they may help it, as I have heard governments complaining about the environmental impact of cryptocurrency as a way to discredit it. Not sure how to put a thumbs up. So basically, Alan doesn't agree with me, and that's okay. That's fine, but I still think he's acting very irresponsibly, and I still think he's acting on his whim. Alan is a fan, and he's entitled to his opinion. I'm still going to show his opinions on here too. Someone else that I respect, he did not give me the thumbs up to use his name, however, so I will not use his name. But Bitcoin Technicals were weak before Elon tweeted anything. Some very good TA folks were calling for the pullback. He is influential, but he's not single-handedly responsible for moving an asset the size of Bitcoin. Doge market cap is 66 billion. Bitcoin close to $1 trillion. For those familiar with the tech, Bitcoin indeed is a bad transaction system, both in power usage as well as speed. For the argument about that, I'd be fine as a settlement layer, but for individual transactions, it's awful. I also find it pretty telling how emotionally the crypto community has responded, where were all the calls for him being irresponsible and speaking positively about Bitcoin, Tesla buying ETC. Now that he's dared to say something, the golden goose, the pitchforks are out. Well, and this is somebody I respect and like. He's one of my friends, but we don't disagree in this area. So, and he's a proponent of Elon and what he has done and what he is doing. But I'll just say that we disagree on this one because I do think he's on his whim, and if Elon, I think it's okay. He should have done his research before purchasing Bitcoin if he was against it. So, I mean, anybody's entitled to change his mind, but I just don't think he should have the influence on the space that he does. So that's my personal opinion. And I think people should be educated for themselves. Okay, in addition, so they're actually just talking about how excited they are that ADA is being pushed up. So, and I am too. I definitely am. I just want it to be pushed up for the right reasons. So do I see this as a buying opportunity for Bitcoin? Yeah, I do. I think this is a good time to buy Bitcoin. Would I put a ton in at this point? No, I would not. I think this is that 20% drop that you're looking for to maybe put in 20% of your allocation that you have towards the space. Or just continue to dollar cost average, because you don't know what's going to happen from this point. You don't know how much volatility there is. You don't know if Elon Musk is going to continue to bash it. You don't know if people are going to continue to go out of Bitcoin and continue to go into Ethereum, which I think you see happening. But I don't think you see institutional investors bailing from the space at this point. When you start to see that, I think you need to start thinking about the possibility of maybe a bear market being ushered in, because that's a lot of money that would flow out of Bitcoin. So, yeah, I think it is a buying opportunity, and I think as it continues to go down, yeah, I'm going to continue buying small amounts if it does. And if it kind of tends to creep up, I'll continue to do my dollar cost averaging for both Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano and Chainlink. So, because that's how I purchase. So there you have it. So again, I encourage you to become a part of the Best of Us Investors Network, and we will see you soon.